That was crazy, man. I mean, I knew I was in trouble when, before I was walking in, I was walking through and people started putting their cameras up. I said, oh, no. All I know is that water was cold as hell, man. I'm like, y'all couldn't find room temperature water or something? But it was incredible, though. I mean, it was an incredible win for us today. Things came together. You know, we just played extremely hard on the defensive end, and we finally started getting some shots to go. You know how it is. When you get shots to go, it helps your defense. You know, people are playing with confidence. Everybody's kind of moving the ball, sharing the ball. And there were times out there where it looked like we may have had 6 guys on the floor. People were just so many different multiple efforts defensively. So it was fun to be a part of.
Does it mean a little more that the win kind of showed everything that you've been talking about? It's kind of,
yeah, you know, we played as good as, you know, we could play, you know, to be honest. I mean, we made shots. Defensively, we did a really good job. We took care of the basketball. We were focused in on all of our coverages. And, man, it was just beautiful. You know, it was beautiful to see, and it was beautiful not only for me but for the guys to see what we're capable of when we're focused, right? I mean, that's a championship caliber team that is hungry. You know, obviously we caught them on a back-to-back. That's the advantage. One of the advantages of being here in Portland. One is our crowd. Two, where we are located. You know, whenever we catch somebody on a back-to-back, I mean, there's a lot of long flights coming here. You know, so I'm proud of these dudes, man. I'm proud of these dudes. We've been working extremely hard, and we've shown some spurts, obviously. And today we did it for the entire game.
Do you feel like this was an example of what happens when you clean up all the mistakes from the first game? You guys practiced Thursday and Friday, being detail-oriented. Did you feel like they cleaned up a lot of those mistakes?
Yeah, I did. I feel like we did clean some things up, you know. And like I said after game 1, I felt like we played hard enough to win the game. We just didn't shoot the ball well, you know, even though I thought we generated good shots tonight. We generated good shots. We made shots. And defensively, man, we were just all over the place.
Do you have any indication on Norm?
No, I don't. He got an MRI, so I'm just praying for good news on it.
Why do you think things clicked on defense like that? Because it was visibly obvious that they were.
You know, we talked in the locker room before the game, and I just said, one thing we haven't done a great job of is having good starts. So let's focus in on our good starts. You know, we focused in on just sprinting back, getting back in transition, which has kind of been an issue for us. You know, we've been a poor transition defensive team early this season. And so I said if we can do that and we can load our defense up and get back, then we got a better chance of stopping them, you know, or containing them at least. And we were focused, very, very focused from the onset of the game. And I just felt like when you're that focused on that end and now some shots start going down, that's just more energy and more life. And we just kept it going.
Would you go ahead. Sorry. There were a couple times where they had Ayton and JaVale diving to the rim, and the backside guy kind of disrupted that. Was that something that you guys scouted, or was that kind of just like general like attention focus on the defense?
Yeah, that's kind of, you know, that particular defense that we were playing. It's always a low man. It should be a low man there. A lot of times, and look, they got some lobs there, they got some layups there, which happens. But a lot of times we messed up that coverage, but we were playing so hard. And this is what I preach to our team all the time. Like, when you're playing extremely hard, you can mess up some coverages. But those multiple efforts, you cover up for some of those things. And I thought tonight we did that. And sometimes we did it right. Sometimes we didn't. But our effort, and as hard as we played, it helped us.
What do you think about CJ's performance, particularly in the third quarter, where you guys really pulled away?
Yeah, you know, CJ he's been great, man. He's been great. I mean, tonight he held us. He continued to stay aggressive. You know, we were spreading the floor, and we was able to, to take advantage of the coverage that they played defensively on him, and he just stayed aggressive. Like there was a time or two when I wanted to get him out of there, but because he had been running kind of long, and I just kept saying, all right, next play, because he keeps making a shot. Next play, maybe I get him next play, and he just kept going. He just kept going. I mean, CJ's been, to me, he's been really focused. He asked more questions than anybody on the team in practice and in coverages and in offense. I mean, he's always asking questions and trying to pick it up, It was good to see him continue to play well.
Is that what you meant when you told him this year, I want you to be the hardest playing guy on the court?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, you look at the effort that Nas is putting out there. He's playing so hard, and I've told him, I said, first of all, you got to be the hardest dude hardest guy playing out there. And then we can start talking about the other things, slowing down a little bit, playing a little smarter, paying attention to coverages. But that's all secondary. I just want him to play hard, use his God-given talent, the gifts that he has, and then we'll work on all that other stuff later. And he's doing a good job of that.
At one point, you at a timeout, you kind of had a one-on-one session with Ann. What was the nature of that, and you find that's effective to teach in moments like that?
Of course it is. Of course it is. It was a blown coverage that he had, and he knew that he blew it, but he was a little confused as to who it was, so I just explained that. And also offensively, just kind of telling him some of the sets to kind of stay with. And I'm always, the main thing I'm telling Ant is stay aggressive. Stay aggressive. I think Ant I just think he's so good, man. He's so gifted. The way that he can handle the ball, he can get to anywhere that he wants on the floor. He's a big-time shooter. So I'm always just trying to pump confidence into him. He doesn't need that, I don't think, but I just feel like I needed that when I was playing. I need the coach to be telling me how much he trusts me, and so that's what I always try to do.
In the moment, are you able to enjoy a game like this? Like before the buzzer, before the water gets thrown on you, are you able to say like, oh, this is fun? Like here's Greg Brown, Duncan, and CJ Elleby getting one. Like, are you able to have a moment to enjoy it?
Yes, I was. I was definitely able to enjoy it. It's good to see all of those guys play well. You see them every single day. I mean, you guys don't see them every single day, but in practice, these guys are there early. They're working their behinds off, and then you talk about some of the guys that aren't really in the rotation. For them to have the opportunity to play and play well, because, their families and moms and grandma, everybody's watching them play, So these are great moments for these guys. So I definitely enjoyed it.
We're going to take one from the Zoom here real quick. Jack Winter with Clutch Points, go ahead.
Yeah, hey, Chauncey. Obviously, Norm's injury kind of forced you guys into playing Larry Nance at 5 tonight, but what did you like, if anything, about the way those lineups played?
Well, I like our depth. I really do. Obviously, Larry plays a lot of his minutes at the 4 right now because we have two really good centers. I mean, Nurk is playing well, and Cody's been excellent for us. But in a pinch, playing Larry at small ball 5 is going to be a weapon for us all year. And even if sometimes we have to slide Nas to the 4, Nasir Little to the 4, I feel comfortable with that as well. So I think it's just the luxury of having depth on our team and guys that can play multiple positions. It's a weapon for us.
Did Monty say anything to you?
Yeah, he just congratulated me. I just said, congrats on your first victory. Those guys, you got those guys playing hard. They played well tonight, Chance. Keep it going.
Chauncey, I imagine someone as accomplished as you has a lot of memorabilia, game balls and whatnot. Where will this game ball will hold special?
Oh man, absolutely. This goes up at the top. Up at the top of my accomplishments in my trophy room. I mean, that ball will be right there. First time getting a win, playing with a team that really just believes in me and what myself and the staff is trying to do. So that's big time for me.
You do have a trophy room?
I do. I do. It's not
Back in
here.
Denver, yeah.
It's not here, not yet, but still settling in, big dog.
How do you protect against a backslide after a game like this?
Well, I just think we got so many wonderful things to show on the tape, right? And it always looks good. You know, you take some little time. I'll be watching the game, obviously, again tonight, preparing things. And now you have the ability to just show it in get real live game situation. I think it's always good for players to see that, to keep encouraging, you know, how hard we play, how unselfish we played on both ends, showing multiple efforts defensively. Thing about the NBA, man, that you can't celebrate that that thing for more than that night. You know, we got the Clippers up next. That's a tough team, really talented. So we got to move on to the next very quickly.
Any thoughts on going back to face the Clippers?
Yeah, it'd be fun, man. It'll be fun. I mean, I still talk to Ty every day. You know, so.
But not tomorrow.
I'll talk to him. I'll probably go to dinner with him tomorrow. I mean, the beautiful thing about me going to L.A. More than anything is my middle daughter, Sierra, is turning 21 on Monday. And so, obviously, we play on Monday, so I'll, you know, be able to go to dinner with her tomorrow night and stuff. So it's, you know, it'd be a great trip.